is Miss Newstart with our very first code.org lesson. So when you log in, this is the screen you will be seeing. So each line that you see down here is a lesson. So today we're going to be starting with lesson 2 called Sequencing with Scrat. So the first thing you're going to see is that there are a bunch of different shapes in a line here. So this first diamond means that there's a video for you to watch. So we're not going to watch that together. I'll let you watch that on your own when you log in. But it just gives you a little bit of a background and some tips and tricks for working on your lessons. Okay? So then each of these circles is an activity for you to work on. So we'll click on the first circle. And immediately there's lots of things going on. So I just want to give you a quick intro to what our screen looks like, okay? So this is our instruction box right up here. It tells you exactly what you need to do to pass this level, and it will read it to you if that makes it easier for you. And then it also, if you are more comfortable in Spanish, you can change the language from English to Spanish by clicking on this drop down box right down here. Okay, so they're actually right next to each other. So English is checked. You can go to Spanish right here. Okay, so it's completely up to you if you want to work in English. Fantastic. If you would be more comfortable in Spanish, perfectly okay too. It's up to you. So I apologize. This is the second time recording, so it's some of these I might have to hit start over a couple of times. So then down here you have your workspace. And this time around they gave you your blocks, but eventually you'll have a panel right here that gives you all the blocks you can use. And then this is your map, which tells you exactly what you need to do and lets you see where you need Scrat to go. So for this instruction, for these instructions, it says to get Scrat to the acorn, snap the east block, so this is our east block, to the bottom of the when run block, then press run. So this is our when run block. It will always stay in the exact same place. It never moves. And this is an east block. So instead of saying go left, go right, they use north, south, east, and west. So going up is north, down is south, left is west, and right is east. And it shows you the E for east and the arrow of which way you're going. Okay, so another really important thing is to make sure that your blocks are connected, otherwise your code won't run at all. So right now you can see that the block is kind of shaded out. It's not very easy to see. But watch what happens when I grab this block and connect it to when run. So when I make those little notches go together. So I heard a little click, and then this block is just as bright as this one. So now they're connected, and we can hit the run button. Woohoo! Okay. So now our instructions say snap both east blocks to the bottom of the when run block to finish your code, then click run. And then I notice that I have a arrow here, so just in case I want to scroll down and make sure I get all the directions, just like in reading and math, excuse me. Another thing you want to think about that'll be more important probably in the next lesson or so is every piece of code is one step on your map. Okay, so if I were to just add this one east block and I hit run, Scrat is only going to move one block. He'll only move one space because all I'm telling him to do is move one space. So to tell him to move 2 spaces, I need to have 2 east blocks. Okay, so each piece of code is one move. So I connected them both. I made sure I heard them click, and they're both nice and bright. So I'm going to hit run again. Fantastic. Okay, so now we haven't, so this is that panel I was telling you about. So this is the block, the toolbox, and this is where you can find all of the different blocks you're allowed to use in this activity. So you'll see we have our east block or our go right block, which we've been using, and then now we have a new block, the north block, which means to go up. So it says, so our instructions say grab a north block from the toolbox and add it to the bottom of the other blocks to finish this code. Then click run. So I'm going to grab and hold on to my block, drag it down to the very bottom, listen for that click, got it, and then I'm going to hit run. Awesome. Okay, so now this is something that's really important. This is the start of us learning how to do something called debug. So to debug means to find your mistakes and then get and fix your mistakes. Just like in math or in writing, we make mistakes. It happens. So it says our instructions say there is an extra block at the end of this code. Drag it back to the toolbox to throw it away. So we have an extra block down here and we are going to get rid of it. So to get rid of it, we're going to drag this block back to the toolbox. You're going to see this garbage can appear. Drop it anywhere in the toolbox. You'll hear a little paper crinkle sound, and that block of code is gone. Okay, so now we can hit our run button. And you have completed puzzle 5. Excuse me. All right, my tech gurus, I'm going to leave number 6 and 7 for you to work on by yourself. So it says, can you figure out which block you need to add to the bottom of the other blocks to finish this code? So one thing I like to say is think about where Scrat is and where he needs to go. So you can use this step button to do each step of our code one by one. So instead of doing it all at once, you can hit our step button and it'll just move one block at a time. So let's check it out. So we'll hit the step button. And you'll see it will highlight the block that it is, or the block that it is following. So we'll hit step again. And then you need to add one more block. So think about what block that is. Does Scrat need to go north or south, east or west, and then add it to our code? You'll need to hit reset so he goes back to the start. And then once you've added your block, you can hit run. You'll do the same thing for number 7. All right, my tech gurus, do your best. I'm proud of you for working on your code. Make sure that if you have any troubles, you can always watch the video at the beginning of this lesson, or you can rewatch this video. And I will talk to you guys soon. Happy coding. Bye, guys.